Welcome to the Outdoor Biz Podcast, your home for inspiring conversations with outdoor insiders. Each week, author, speaker, adventurer, and outdoor industry veteran Rick SAIS talks in depth with iconic brand founders, sales and marketing pros, product designers, and industry rising stars. Listen in when Rick's guests offer actionable advice to land your ideal industry gig and grow your outdoor career. Catch us again when the conversation shifts to the hottest outdoor products, destinations, and the latest industry insights. And now, here's Rick.
Episode 257 of the Outdoor Biz Podcast, with some thoughts from adventure travel leaders on the future of adventure travel in 2021 and 2022. Brought to you by Audible. Welcome back, everyone. At the end of 2020, many of us were curious as to when and how adventure travel would fare in 2021. So in November and December of 2020, I got some input from a few business leaders in the adventure travel space on when and how adventure travel will come back. I asked them to give us their thoughts on travel as the world slows the spread of the coronavirus. Will it bounce back immediately, improve slowly in 2021, or continue to struggle until 2022, and why? This is also a unique episode in that I did not interview them. We communicated over email and they answered the question on Speakpipe, an online tool I use. If you would like to respond and give us your thoughts, you can go to speakpipe.com/ricksayes and record your input too. The participants are Stephanie Jones of Blacks in Travel and Tourism, Andy Levine, founder of DuVine Cycling and Adventure Company, Praveen Moman from Volcano Safaris, and Shannon Stowell from the Adventure Travel Trade Association. You can find links to their businesses in the show notes and be sure to listen for them on a future episode in 2021. To get us started, here is Stephanie Jones of Blacks in Travel and Tourism. Their mission is to ensure Black travel and tourism businesses are full participants in the travel industry and to help build more diverse and inclusive destinations.
There is still much uncertainty about when travel will fully resume. Although there are some people taking advantage of cheaper air and hotel prices and the fact that resorts are not full so they can social distance while traveling. A large majority of travelers are awaiting a vaccine or for the number of COVID-19 cases to decrease consistently. Unfortunately, our nation does not have a handle on this pandemic, so hopefully a new administration will bring a new way to deal with COVID-19 so that the confidence in travel will increase among those who are looking forward to the opportunity to travel domestically and internationally. If we have a new administration and vaccine, we can only hope that travel will begin to improve slowly during the latter part of 2021, but not begin to come out on the other side of this pandemic until 2022. However, it will take some time for the industry to bounce back, since most industry segments will need to rehire or staff up operations and ensure that the proper safety protocols are in place, tested, and proven to guarantee the safety of travelers and cruisers.
Next up, we have Andy Levine, founder of DuVine Cycling and Adventure Company. They design and lead award-winning luxury bike tours in the world's most amazing locations.
Hey, it's Andy with DuVine Cycling and Adventure Company. Thank you for having me. I hope you're all doing well. Asked to make some predictions or crystal ball stuff, and sadly, I think we're going to have some lockdowns like we see in the UK. Hopefully, this will help us get more of a handle on the pandemic. I'm going to continue to ride my bicycle outside, like we've seen people do, really buying every bike that's not available in stores now to go out and ride their bicycles. So depending on the holiday season, what's open and where, we have trips planned with cycling and outside, so we're optimistic. And then, once the warmer weather kicks in around March, April, I think we're going to have a better handle on this pandemic with testing and vaccines and whatnot, and mostly exhaustion of this. People are just going to want to really, what's important is seeing the world, connecting with people, being healthy, real people can take an account of what they want out of their life. And I think, being outside, for me, it's riding your bicycle and eating good food, and health and wellness is a great way to live. So being optimistic, positive, and looking for a better future is the way I'm rolling. I hope you all stay well out there and get out and travel.
And third up, we have Volcano Safaris founder Purveen Moman. Volcano Safaris has been at the forefront of reviving gorilla and chimpanzee tourism in Uganda and Rwanda since 1997.
Well, it's always very hard to predict what the future will be. But at the same time, for those of us involved in travel and hospitality, it's important that we do have some idea of where we are going with this difficult situation. So I'd like to talk about 2020, which is of course almost coming to an end, and what I think 2021 and 2022 hold for us. 2020, of course, has been a very tough year for everyone. We'll be happy to see the end of it. For those of us whose families and friends have been caught up in the pandemic, it's been very tough. For those affected economically, and for all of us who've become isolated and restricted in what we can do, and for those of us who wanted to travel and it's been difficult to do so, and for the wildlife whose protection has weakened, and most of all for the communities who live around the national parks, whose livelihoods depend on tourism and conservation. So for all of us in different corners of the globe, we really have had a challenging year. Of course, one should also realize that challenging episodes in life are normal, and we should expect them and not always expect that things will go as we want. So 2021, as we come into 2021, we of course all want to be hopeful and optimistic about where that will go, especially with new vaccines on the way and new understanding of the virus. But I think it's also important to be realistic and practical. Things are still unpredictable and volatile at the moment. In many countries, the virus remains an issue, lives are being affected, jobs lost, and there are many restrictions in place. So I don't think this is going to magically disappear on January the 1st. I think from what we can see today, the early part of 2021, until the spring, will still be erratic and unpredictable, and possibly go in different directions at once. At the same time, I think we will see, as the virus comes under control in certain areas, as understanding increases, as vaccines come out, that some destinations will open, and we will be able to plan travel more. And so things will slowly begin to open up. But at the same time, we must be ready for reversals. We must be ready to reverse our decisions on travel and be flexible and careful about where we go. But generally, I'd be hopeful from the first quarter of 2021. But I certainly don't see things being normal then. I think, as many experts have said, the second half of 2021, we should see clearer positive trends, possibilities, and greater stabilization. And that's what I would hope we will see. So by the end of 2021, a better graph, a better trend, greater confidence about what we can do and not do. And hopefully, then when 2022 begins, which seems a long way away, but actually the way things are, it might come quicker in our minds than we think. I would think that's when we'll be able to really think, okay, things are now beginning to normalize in a consistent way, and I think now we can start to travel. So that would be my suggestion today, that we be patient during 2021, we be alert, be ready to change our approach and our attitude, and hopefully in 2022 we'll begin to travel as we used to, in a way that we only recently had to give up. And that's when I hope we'll be able to welcome you again to the land of gorillas and chimps, to the Volcano's lodges in Uganda and Rwanda. And I do hope that one day, that day will come sooner rather than later. Thank you so much.
And we'll finish things off with Shannon Stowell from the Adventure Travel Trade Association, the global trade network supporting sustainable adventure travel markets worldwide through adventure travel news, research, events, networking, and more.
Hey there, Rick. I am here to chat about adventure travel and what it will look like coming back. I think that 2021 is still going to be a choppy year. I think the domestic U.S. market will do great. We already know that from this last year that rafting and hiking trips. A lot of lodges did really well. So I think that domestic market's going to do wonderfully in 2021. I think the international market is still going to be really rough because not only are borders going to open and close like Christmas lights on a Christmas tree, but also there's going to be economic fallout. The good news for the adventure side is I do think it's going to come back first and strong. My own personal belief is we probably won't see real meaningful recovery till 2022. And hopefully by then we'll have vaccine and rapid, reliable testing to make the whole process work better. But I think it's going to be really choppy for international travel in 2021. But adventure travel, that's the way to go because it's small group, open air, nature, health. These are all things that are going to be important to the traveling public. So I do think our prospects are really strong, but it'll be surviving the gap until we can get to the other side of it. Thanks so much.
Well, I want to thank everybody for their ideas and thoughts on what's going to happen in adventure travel in 2021 and participating in this unique episode. Stay safe out there and get outside.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Outdoor Biz Podcast. Be sure to visit our website, theoutdoorbizpodcast.com, where you'll find show notes with links to everything we talked about and more. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts so you'll never miss an episode. And while you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or spread the word and tell a friend about the show. That would really help us out too. Be sure to tune in every week. And thanks again for listening to the Outdoor Biz Podcast with Rick SAIS.